name is Erin Bowman. I've been playing overseas in Australia for the last 3 years. I've played basketball my whole life, and I've decided to start a program, a living fitness mentality program, to start talking about the mental side of basketball and how important it is, especially at a young age, to learn and understand the mental side of basketball. So today we're going to talk about, why are you so frustrated? Have you ever heard the term from a coach, or the question, why are you so frustrated? Or don't be so frustrated, get over it. And you're like, oh my God, this whole time, if you would have just said that earlier, I would have been fine and never been frustrated again. And I don't want to make them feel like an idiot, but that's how I feel. It's like, if it was that easy, I would stop being frustrated right now. I would never be frustrated, but it's not that simple. So right now I want to talk about why players get frustrated and the understanding from the coach of why players get frustrated. I've been a player coach for the past 5 years of my career, and I'll tell you, I completely understand both sides of the issue. Coaches not understanding why the player acts the way they do, and players not being able to control how they feel. So I wanted to make this video a part of the Living Fitness Mentality program to connect the two opposite minds together. First off, I want to get everyone on the same page that players and coaches are an accumulation of the experiences they've gone through their lives. Let me say that again. Players and coaches are an accumulation, are a product of the environment that they grew up in and the experiences they had on their way up. What that means is every single player in their team of 14, team of 12, every single player has a different upbringing, learned from different coaches and different coaching styles, interacted with different types of teammates, and same with the coaches. The exact same thing. Most of them have been players before. So you take all that a player goes through, and you add on the career that coaches have had in the past. If they've been assistant coaches, learning under different style of coaching, the teams that they've been interacted with, the players, the type of response they get from the coaching, all of it. So why did I tell you that? Well, it sets the foundation for what I'm about to tell you next. Being outside of college and gaining interest in the sports psychology side of basketball and why I was the player I was caused an enlightenment for me. I remember my first year of coaching, I had a player who didn't like me much, and I don't know her life story, but what I did know is that she was a beautiful, smart girl. I wanted to shake her and tell her how much I believe in her and just ask her, why are you so frustrated? So I'm now in the same shoes that my coaches were when I was playing. And I learned a valuable lesson that, one, the coaches I thought were always out to get me didn't actually hate me. They loved me and wanted the best for me. And two, that it had nothing to do with me. Her issues, her problems, whatever they were, I have no clue what they were, had nothing to do with me as a coach. So what do I do next? So I set out on a self-reflection journey, answering this question, answering my personal question, why was I so frustrated? So here it is. I was so frustrated because of my life at home. And they tell you to compartmentalize basketball from your life, but that's impossible. Your mind doesn't work that way. It does sometimes for people who have split personality syndrome, where they have different personalities, and that's very rare. So for us to think that our minds just can compartmentalize basketball, leave it on the court, white line fever, whatever you have to say, it doesn't happen that way. My parents divorced when I was 3 years old, and they raised me as best as they could, but it was really hard. It was really hard. So some days I would have to just get through it and go to school and act like everything was fine. I was supposed to just pretend like everything was okay, in a sense that nobody was asking me to. It was more of, I didn't want my problems on anybody else. So I just buried it and went to school and tried to play basketball. And the only happiness that I could gather was when I would score a point, when I would steal a ball, when I felt actual pure happiness when that would happen. And then I would miss a shot. So not only is the rest of my life going so poorly, but now I can't even do the one thing that makes me happy. And it just was hard. So when a coach tells you or says to you, why are you so frustrated? Well, where do I begin? Where do I begin? So it's very important for you to, one, recognize why, individually as a player, why do I get so frustrated? Parents aren't perfect. I'll tell you, there are some parents that have their shit together, and they planned it out, and they're supportive for their kids. And I've met so many players like that have such avid support, and it's beautiful. And my parents support me so much, it's insane. They went to so many of my games. They care about me so much. It's just, it wasn't easy. And that's what I feel coaches have to understand, is that this kid is an accumulation of what they went through. So that's where I feel the obligation is of a coach, is to understand that each player is an accumulation of their past, and that there may be something deeper going on than just what's going on the surface of talking back or crying or yelling when they miss a shot. It's having a conversation with them, making sure that everything's okay, because most of the time, if not all the time, there's something else going on. Nobody just hates missing shots. It gets to a point where they were taught this way. They were traumatized this way. So first step, coaches, understand your players are an accumulation of what they go through at home. Now, opposite, players, your coaches have gone through way more. So they have what, an extra 10 years on you. So the experiences have led them to where they are. What I'm asking is more of an understanding all around the board, from the coaches, parents, players. Understand each other instead of talking at them and telling them how they should be doing their job. Coaches to players, players to coaches, parents to coaches, and then parents to players. Yes, a lot of connections going on. If we stop trying to judge and have a say in every little thing and more understand, we can get to the bottom of why things are happening instead of just see what's happening. For the players who don't know why they are frustrated, why they get so frustrated, first off, I want you to recognize why. Sit down, pen and paper. Why do I get so frustrated? Does it have anything to do with basketball, or is it more the expectations that people have set on me, or the expectations I've set on myself? Recognize what's going on. Secondly, understand what you can change and stop worrying about what you can't. The second one, not worrying about what you can't change, is probably the hardest for some people, because we worry about what hasn't happened yet, or we worry about something that's already happened and you can't change it. And we constantly get into this loop of, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Oh my God, I can't believe this may happen. And we start worrying about things we cannot control. If we can recognize why we're frustrated, understand what we can change and what we can't change, and then change what we can't. Start taking steps towards what you need to change. No days off. Start taking those strides. All right, thank you so much for watching. I will be putting out some more mentality videos coming up. Check out my website, erinbowman.com, or also my YouTube page, Living Fitness E. If you agree, disagree, comment below or email me at livingfitnesse@gmail.com. Please stay safe, have a great day, and yeah, talk to you soon.